How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? It's Seth Julian welcoming you to today's morning coffee briefing. We're looking at natural gas futures, which have, as you can see in this graph, fallen off fairly precipitously from a high yesterday to today's opening price of 13.7%. Now that's a huge drop, really, in a major asset like this, and it's counterintuitive, and it is going to have significant impacts for European gas. So let's take a look at this just in a little depth. It's not complicated. It's just counterintuitive. Yesterday at about in the mid-morning hours Texas time, there was an explosion at the Freeport liquid natural gas terminal in Quintana, Texas. Now, no one was injured. They extinguished the fire, but it's going to keep the plant closed for 13 weeks. It's one of 7 liquid natural gas exploitation sites. LNG exploitation is merely where they compress it's a very complicated and expensive process. They compress the gas into a liquid, thereby reducing its temperature, if you remember your 8th grade earth science, and they put the liquid gas into these cylindrical containers that are welded into the hulls of these giant LNG tankers, and they're transported in super cold temperature because of their compression around the world. And then they're offloaded at plants that regasify them. Now, the reduction in output of or I should say exportation of the gas in the United States caused the price to fall. Why? They're not exporting that gas. That gas, that's now extra gas. Remember, Freeport accounts for about 16% of U.S. liquid natural gas, not all from the Quintana plant, but the corporation at large is, 16% of U.S. exports go through Freeport LNG's hands. That means expanded supply for the U.S. market, and this is the natural gas contract that trades in New York, so the price fell. This is going to have a contrary effect in Europe, which is weaning itself off of Russian gas and exporting more gas. By the way, most of the ships that leave the U.S. ports with LNG are headed to Rotterdam. Or Spain and Portugal, but that's a more complicated story. Anyway, that is the story we have on oil gas today. Price falling in the U.S. market, prices likely to rise in the European market due to a fire and explosion at a Texas LNG plant. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Seth Julian, wishing you all the ability to trade with confidence, ladies. Bye-bye for now.